on, time to wake up. Guess what? 58 degrees outside. Love it. You don't like it?
That is unbelievable. Before I get cranking this morning, roll tide and whoa! Got my sports director here this morning too. It's good to be a Crimson Tider and an Irish hater on this Tuesday morning edition of Cooper Company Live. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is Athens in the AM. Join me today. Well, Mac's in here. Mac, that's not Auburn Orange, is it?
Yes, it is.
Since Mac's the closest thing to the mayor now that he's on the city council, what is that? You on, Mac? Advisory committee?
Youth.
Yeah, Youth Advisory Committee. Tom joins this morning. Zach was at the game. How was it, Zach?
It was awesome.
Best
game I've ever been to, Jamie.
Is that adrenaline gone down any?
It's still there. I'm ready. The 24-hour roof still hadn't set in on me.
One game at a time, Zach.
That's right. What I tell you, Jamie. And what are we doing now? Playing for the national championship.
Hey, it's just like me and old Santa Claus and Jawjacker. I said, all I want's another national championship by Alabama. Hey, special guest today. Entertaining us, Carlos in here this morning. Y'all may remember Carlos. He was up here with Zeke the other day. He's a scientist out on the arsenal somewhere, but he'll talk to him in a moment. Christian Singer, we'll hear from him in just a little bit too, plus we'll be doing some Christmas stuff throughout the year. Don't forget, Christmas parade comes up this Thursday. Temperature, as Gloria's going to tell you in a moment, going to be absolutely fabulous. Frank is on the phone. My good buddy, Mr. Bill Donovan, brought me, y'all know I'm an avid newspaper reader when I can get them, bought me the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Heartbreaker. Also brought me the sports page from there too. Just short. Bulldogs watch as time runs out. Losers, but played a great game, so congratulations to Georgia Bulldogs. And I've also got the Chattanooga Free Press. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. We're going to be talking a lot of sports. If you're a Bama fan, you're in on it. If you're an Auburn fan, you may be hiring Kirby Smart.
No.
I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll talk about it in just a little bit. But hey, if there's one team we love to hate, who is it?
Notre
Dame. Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Man, Rick Mold, get ready, buddy, because it's on now. Who would have ever thunk that Bama would be playing Notre Dame for the national championship?
Never would.
Bama, I think I heard saw this morning on my iPad, 10-point favorite already. But anyway, what a super weekend it was with Bama rolling. The temperatures in the 70s. Yes, did we set a record? Here's the weather.
That means he doesn't know. Let's talk about the weather. 58 degrees for December 4th. I'll take it, that's for sure. Not bad out there this morning. Actually, a beautiful morning out there. Just a great day today. High temperatures around 71 with your low of 46. But everyone wakes up happy this morning. Tomorrow, your high of 63, low of 36. Plenty of sunshine. We do have actually 40% chance of showers today, so keep an umbrella close just in case. Tomorrow, that jumps down to about 20%. The rest of the forecast looking great. Come Thursday, actually tomorrow, we'll be out there at the Christmas parade. Hope to see you there with temperatures, yes, 64. Brad and I are just so happy. And, of course, maybe a little rain over the weekend, but that's A-OK. 230-4988 does get Frank this morning.
Zach, because you didn't bring nothing up here this morning, you need to wear my special Alabama
I got
hat
one
right
at work. Somebody gave me one.
Put that on. It'll make you look good over here. I just need a little crimson
I'll just put it on for a second.
Well, put it on for a second.
I'll mess my hair up, you know. I got it all fixed up.
Yeah, well, it looks good. Put that hat on, Zach. Yeah, that's what I want to see you in right there.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, Zorro. Just because you killed a mouse last night don't mean you're something special.
Natural born killer.
Yes, he is special.
Did you watch the game, Mac?
I did.
Yeah, you still an Auburn fan?
He is.
Had you seen the process yet, how that dude works?
I have.
You want that hat?
I'll just be rooting for Alabama in the national championship.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Tom, how was it being at a 50th wedding anniversary knowing that the Crimson Tide was playing?
Well, they had some good food.
Well, I thought Blake was like 51, 52.
Oh. No, he hadn't made it that far yet.
All right, Zach, you were at the ball game. Who went with you?
Well, me, I don't know if Brad's already got the picture. It was me and Coach Pugh from East Limestone, his son Brick, Coach Clint Legg, currently the offensive coordinator at Ardmore.
Now, when you say currently, what do you mean by currently?
Well, there could be some news coming at the board meeting tonight, so I just leave it like that. Hopefully, I can get him
he
up
could
there.
be the new coach at Ardmore. We'll talk
There's
more about that.
There's a possibility. So I'm praying for good news for him. And also, I was Coach Garth Garris, head basketball coach at Elkmont. Thanks to his wife for getting all the seasons.
So y'all had a fantastic time.
Had an awesome time.
When AJ threw that bomb to Amari Cooper,
we were hugging. There was a couple cute girls with their boyfriends beside Birmingham. I was high-fiving them. And then when that interception we thought was interception, we were celebrating. It was our Georgia folks were already walking out the door. And we didn't know they were reviewing it at first. And then when they did that, I was like, oh, my phone cracked. I thought my phone had broke. And I was like, oh, this is just going to be miserable now. And then when that ball was tipped by CJ, and we knew they didn't have any time. Everybody was hugging. You were friends with everybody. Then you just
all right. Being a Bama fan, I really think we should have won that game by 20 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we had an
we messed up a
interception,
lot.
had a fumble, had a blocked field goal. That don't ever happen. We should have beat them. We should have beat them 20 points.
well, that Eddie Lacy, people sent me pictures of that. The ball was crossing the goal line. So that was.
Lacy put on quite a school down that way.
I mean,
Hey,
we
Georgia
were
played
up in the
great.
stands when Nussmeyer kept throwing the ball. We was like, run the ball, run the ball. And we did, boom, 5-6 yards every time.
That was amazing. What did you think, Mac, being an Auburn night?
I thought it was a good game. I thought that they both showed up to play, and Alabama just,
So you're predicting Alabama over
Great
Notre
Oregon.
Dame by what, 20 points?
I have to say about 14 points.
That'd be good enough for me. But anyway, that's on. That's all you're going to hear. Be the most anticipated game ever. Matter of fact, the game that the ratings were through the roof. It tied the USC Notre Dame game the other day for ratings.
Not going to talk about when you went for 2?
Well, to me, the biggest plays of the day were the going for 2, which is kind of unusual, and then the 5-yard run by T.J. Yeldon right before McCarron connects on the punch foul.
Get that first down.
Yeah, of course, I don't know if y'all heard it on TV, but I think they said Danielson then was kind of questioning Coach
They're
about
idiots,
going
man.
for. Yeah, of course. I've heard people complain about them all weekend. I saw the last, quarter and a half, but. Saban knew what he was doing right there, because if he hadn't went for 2,
that was the play of the game.
All they'd have to do
I
is
mean.
kick the field goal and win the ball game.
Yeah.
Or at least tied it.
But had we not made it, as Brad, Mr. Auburn in the background here, of course he was pulling for Georgia.
I know he
as
was.
I
That's
would have been
fine.
had Auburn had been playing.
Brad, I wouldn't have been pulling for y'all either. So to me, that's what I hear people call on the radio. Well, I pull for Alabama
Yeah, right,
when
they're
they were playing
lying.
Alabama. I pull for Alabama and Alabama only.
All right, let me quote something from Mark Edwards, out of the sports director out of the Decatur Daily, and y'all tell me if y'all. It says here, we didn't get a chance to see how Georgia defensive back Bakari Rambo feels. It can't be good. And Alabama's Eddie Lacy, the game's on fair play, ran down the sidelines at one point. Y'all remember this. Rambo got in his way. Instead of letting himself get pushed out of bounds, Lacy lowered his shoulder, hammered into Rambo. Then, to add insult to injury, Tom, after Rambo got knocked to the ground, Lacy ran over him.
He did. I saw that again last night. ESPNU was showing it. That was awesome.
And then he goes on to say, this guy, great article out of Decatur Daily, he says, it's a Southern birthright to hate Notre Dame. But gee, Kelly's team plays like an SEC squad. And that's why Notre Dame made it to the championship game, because they do play like an SEC squad.
Did you see the shirt that's out? Notre Dame put out Catholics versus Cousins. And they got like a picture of a hillbilly on there with drinking his moonshine.
Speaking of that, let me show you my favorite photo. Okay, little man, you're next. All right, bring it on, all you Catholics out there.
Hey.
Notre Dame is going down.
I did run into somebody special at the ball game after the game. I don't know if Brad's got that picture. Antonio Langham. I just happened to, me and Garth were standing by there after the game, and all of a sudden I looked, Antonio Langham. So I got my picture made. Everybody remembers Antonio had the big interception back in 1992,
Oh, yeah.
the first
92.
SEC champ. So he said, man, I just felt like I played
That's you
this
on the
game.
right, right?
That's me on the right.
And then who is this? Who's the next one, Brad?
We got another one. Then we have another photo from Alabama.
That's my friends Rhonda and Harvey. We ran into them at SEC Fans Fair. So he's an Auburn fan, so he took his girlfriend, big Alabama fan, to the game. So that was good. For
I know
him.
Greg Crow was down there. Greg bought a car, didn't he, Tom?
I hadn't bought it yet.
He's trying to. Look at that dude now. That's an Alabama
Whoa,
fan.
that's awesome.
Now, that's an Alabama fan automobile. Mac, that's what you need.
Yeah,
You get
no
16 in the summer.
He wanted a red one, but they didn't have any red. All they had was black.
All right. Let me do this is also out of the Decatur Daily. Why we need to hate Notre Dame. It says here, when your father, your grandfather, great-grandfather had such a healthy dislike for Notre Dame, even though the program has been losers and haven't won a title since '88. And two-time defending champion Alabama went unbeaten and untied, Tom, in 1966. The Irish played for a tie against number 2 Michigan State, 10 for 10, passing up a chance at the end to go for the win and choosing to run the clock out. Alabama was number 3. We should have been number 1. They made the Fighting Irish number 1, even though they were too scared to go for the game winner. And from then on out, it just got worse and worse. We played in 1973 for that. We'd already been crowned a national championship when they beat us 24-23. I remember that night. It was horrible. But Notre Dame jumped from 5th to 1st after beating Texas again in 1977. So, I mean, it just goes on and on. If you ain't got enough reasons to hate Notre Dame, predictions early, Mac. What do you think?
I have to say probably 28-17.
Think it'll be that high?
Let's just make an early prediction.
I'm just going right now, I'll say 27-13.
I'm going to say 41-10. Tom?
I'm pretty bad at predicting.
Well, let's just
I'll just
early.
say Alabama wins.
Man,
I missed the last 3
Come
times.
on, Tom.
If you
Get out Brown on the limb.
Oh, goodness.
You going to Miami, Zach? You going to take a day off if you are?
Man, I don't like them playing that game on a Monday night. Why don't they play it on a Friday night or Saturday night? Because majority of us have to get up and go to work next day.
I'm taking off.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you right now, Gloria just made it official. The day after, we will proclaim it a national holiday here in our viewing audience. We will take that following day, Tuesday the 8th off. So we'll be off that day.
Man, I was ready to come up here today. I was going to get 2 hours sleep and come up here and talk about it.
Does the
We're
employees
glad
get
to be
off?
here so you can just do the whole show.
Brad,
Hey.
stay
See,
off.
Brad's all for it now.
All right, if you need to get in touch, I'm going to take a break right now. Don't forget you can all. We'll come back with the same crew in just a moment.
I
Then
do
we'll
want
go
to
to some
say thank
music.
you, Chick-fil-A. They did have Santa there at Chick-fil-A from 8 to 10. A lot of you were out there. Maddie was out there too. First time to see Santa. There she was, and she did try to cry in one of the other photos, but for the most part did
Oh,
well.
Tom, we wanted to spruce our neighborhood up yesterday. You remember I talked about us stealing trees or cutting
Yes.
trees down my dad when we were kids off Cedar, and John D said we used to do the
Mhm.
same thing. Found one in the neighborhood yesterday right there across from Andy Weldon's house. We decorated it ourselves, and luckily this morning nobody's stolen anything off of it.
That's right. Someone said it's
That's
beautiful.
me holding Zorro.
It's 75 degrees
Where's
out.
your
Get
headband?
out.
That's well, I had that the other day when I was trying to kill a mouse in the house. Zorro got to him. Let's take a first break of the day. We'll come back right and talk some more sport. Roll Tide, roll, y'all. Hang on.
I'm going to take this pass off.